coming to YouTube. What it means for the manosphere, for our space, the BWE space, whatever we're calling it now, and also for you. All right, so probably you can't get around YouTube or anything. Probably the biggest story in social media was the deplatforming of Andrew Tate. All right, now, why is that significant and why exactly did it happen? People may think that, well, it's because they don't like his message and it's because they're trying to infringe upon his freedom of speech. Let's be real. The reason why Andrew Tate was deplatformed is because Andrew Tate is bad for business in many senses of the word. It doesn't really have anything to do with his quote-unquote freedom of speech because YouTube is a business and Andrew Tate is bad for business. Notice YouTube is still up and running and making money and promoting content creators and sending out checks to content creators. Look, Mr. Beast just made $100 million. The problem is his type of content is very, very difficult to monetize. Why? It's true. YouTube is 54% male. That is very true. But the reality is many of the people who generate money for YouTube are women. Okay, just think about the beauty content creators and how many times there have been brands of teas, collagen powder, beauty products, makeup products that have really sold out and have made their way into the mainstream consciousness because if they were advertising on social media. Women are just more likely to make purchases than men, even though men make up the majority of YouTube. Now, there are men who do make purchases of things on YouTube, usually those things like electronics, maybe even like novelty items like hoodies and sweatshirts. But for the most part, women generate money not just for the content creator, but also for the advertisers on those platforms. You know, despite how many Bugattis or how high value these men are, they're not spending a lot of money on some of YouTube's best partners. These guys are not really buying Squatch soap and Zoo Poo and Kachava and Mudwater, and they're not really doing it. And that's another reason why it was very easy to get him kicked off the platform. Number two, the radicalization of his audience. Now, he might not be responsible for what his audience does because he literally has millions of followers. But a lot of those followers are very radicalized, and that leads to FBI investigations. And no company wants the FBI in their backyard. No company wants the FBI looking through their files, their records, through their digital footprints, because the FBI is only a few letters away from the IRS. Nobody wants to be investigated. Nobody wants to be subject to that. Nobody wants to end up being underneath the guise of the federal government. These guys who already, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Google, and Twitter, have already had to testify in front of Congress. And it's nothing that they want. That's nothing that they want. They don't want government interference. They don't want government interference. They don't want government regulations. So why would they put themselves on the government radar by putting platforms that they know will be radicalized for domestic terrorism? Okay, domestic terrorism. Why would they want to put that on their platform? They don't. Okay, so it's just easier to get rid of them. And the third thing that many of you may not know, or many of you may know, because some of you ladies are really smart and you're great readers, but a lot of the terminology that many Manosphere channels use are not original. It's not original. A lot of the phrases and the catchphrases, they're not original. A lot of it comes from the productivity space. Okay, the productivity space. And a lot of authors do not like the fact that their messages are being bastardized or cut up or taken out of context. They also don't like that someone is monetizing content from podcasts off of their ideas. You know, it's very interesting because I didn't even know this. I had to be told this throughout the job interview process by some of my colleagues. We have like these group job interviews, and they try to include a diverse group of people. And it's very interesting how one of my male colleagues says, I can tell the difference between someone who has read Atomic Habits and someone who just watches Andrew Tate TikTok, right? So basically, other men know that a lot of these ideas are not original. A lot of these ideas are not, they didn't come from the content creator, but people take it out of context. Even when I made my video about therapy and Jordan Peterson, one of the things he said that when he was in a medically induced coma in a hospital overseas, okay, because of some illness that he was suffering from, that his social media presence grew 3 times. It was 3 times he had a 3-time larger digital footprint than he did before he went to a coma, because other people were taking his content, right, and making YouTube clips and shorts and just taking small pieces of what he was saying and creating these arguments. And then he and his daughter eventually had to create their own social media platform that is original, where he can choose his clips, he can choose his quotables, he can choose to put full interviews out there to get people to come in, to get people to subscribe, and he can also profit off of it. Joe Rogan, he has made it very clear that he is not on TikTok. He did not like or agree with the terms and conditions, and then therefore anybody who's putting stuff on TikTok is not him. Okay, he's made that very clear that that's not him that's putting that information out there on TikTok. And right now he's in the process of maybe he can't possibly keep a track of all the people who are going to shut down his content, but he can definitely make it a point to see if he can get those platforms demonetized. Bethany Frankel right now is going through the same thing. So I just want to tell you ladies that there are a lot of reasons behind what's going on, and there's going to be a lot of changes to YouTube, and really expect this space to undergo some transformation. And I called that a long time ago as well. Expect some transformation from this side of YouTube, because those people who depend on YouTube for finances may have to switch things up. They may have to switch things up. Now, also, one thing I'm finding is that YouTube is not the biggest fan of people who use YouTube as a commercial for their other platforms, right? They may use YouTube as a commercial for their, teachable products or Skillshare products, or they might use YouTube as a way to sell some of the physical products that they're doing. YouTube wants their own memberships. YouTube wants their own courses. YouTube wants their own. So YouTube is going to come up with all kinds of really creative ways that content creators can make money on the platform, and not necessarily having to go to Patreon and places like that. So it may take you cleaning up your speech in order to get that done, right? It may take people buying and clicking on your ads in order to get that done. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with people starting businesses off of YouTube. I think that's awesome. I think that, a lot of content creators I follow do that stuff, right? They use it to sell, physical products. They use it to direct to a website. But, YouTube is going to reward consistency. And, it also is going to present a lot of us as an opportunity. YouTube is still the second largest search engine. And I've been seeing a lot of Black women who started on YouTube end up using it as a platform to go on to bigger and better things. Getting network television deals, or modeling contracts, or just other ways that they can make some money and commodify their creativity. So, ladies, I just want to let you know that changes are coming, and they're already underway. And don't get into content creators so much that you let them dictate your life, because right now they're going to be dictated by what YouTube is going to allow them to say. And, you know, as much as I love being a content creator, I do know that I got to really be careful what I say if I want to continue to do it. So videos are going to have to be coded. They're going to have to be more subtle. And I know that sometimes that viewers don't necessarily like that. But for the viewers who do, thank you. And I'll continue to make content for you. But just know that changes are coming. And so don't be surprised when you see some of your favorite content creators either tone down their message, have shorter messages, not have the same message, or flip messages, or don't be surprised. Okay, just don't be surprised. Don't be disappointed. Some of you, you know, YouTube's a huge social outlet for you, and I respect that, and I want to continue to just grow your social outlets more. You know, just grow it a little more. Just grow your social circle a little more, because then it'll impact you a lot less. Because just changes are coming, ladies, and certain content creators are not going to be able to do the things that they used to do and still keep their channels. And if they're counting on this channel for revenue, it's just going to have to change, and things are going to have to change. And I just want you ladies to not take it personally, because I know how many of you are personally invested in some of the content that's out there. But I just want to keep you encouraged. I just want to keep you ladies just encouraged to let you know that with these changes also come opportunity. Okay, we're going to see new people rise to the top, and if you have something that you can offer, or if there's a creative service or an informational service that you can offer, please do it. Even ASMR and cooking channels, and please, ladies, do it. If you have a business you want to promote, do it. You know, this is really the time to do that. This is really the time to do that. But with opinion pieces and, you know, thought piece content, and it's not going to be as easy as it once was. So just reminding you to stay encouraged and keep your head up. This is Mocha Mommy. I'll see you in the next video.